I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. After about 27 or 28 hours of straight traveling, we finally landed here at the Pure Cottages on the about 4 hours north of Tokyo. I'm joined by good friend Sam Ferrans. Sam, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Welcome to Japan Open, Terry.
Thank you, thank you. This is actually my second time here.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody talked about it a couple years ago, about the phenomenal experience that it was, and everybody was right. And I was fortunate enough to get a call from you just a few weeks ago saying that I actually won free airfare back here because I had supported some other fundraiser disc purchases. So
yeah.
Some of the best news I've ever gotten from Sam. For those of you who may not know Sam, he's done a lot of things with disc golf, probably before you guys were even around or even knew anything about disc golf, including setting some world records and doing some other things. Sam, give these guys an overview of some of the stuff that you've accomplished, and don't be shy. We know you've done a lot, so tell us about some world records and other things that you've done.
Well, basically in 1984, I won the PDGA World Championships. And was the youngest person to do so. And
at the age of?
16. Yeah.
16, wow, okay.
So I grew up in La Mirada, and that was like the second or third disc golf course to go in. And, essentially, that's what I did, from 8 years old on. And a lot of the holes were, conducive to hyzer shots and turnover shots and rollers. And I was able to kind of, figure out the game quickly and took it to the international level. And
then you had great success in the World Championships, again, at a young age, 16. That's right. Incredible. Then you took it a little bit further and you specialized a little bit in what is now a distance competition. Tell us about that.
That's correct. Basically in La Mirada, we would play in the U.S. Open, which was the overall Frisbee championship.
Sure.
I did use the F word. And trademark. And we ended up training with Dave Dunapace, and we would train in distance and also disc golf together. And he came up with this brand new disc called the Phoenix. And
Phoenix, that's old school, guys.
It was the newest thing out, and
it was about this big.
Yeah, a little smaller, but
Sure.
Big thick rim. And we were competing against Sweden, who was basically the powerhouse in distance
Sure.
way back then. And
they had a different style and approach, and you guys kind of countered that so that you could
for the
try
most
and compete
part.
with that.
Right, and the former world record which was held by an Australian. Folks were throwing with hyzer, which was more of conducive to the whammo type, and they would do the turnaround and throw it. But these new discs, the way that they would fly through the air is what we needed to put some serious anhyzer on them. So we were working on a turnaround that was conducive to the anhyzer, and that later was coined as Swedish
Sure.
anhyzer, of course.
But really,
it was not Swedish anhyzer. It was Dunapace anhyzer. We'll give credit to the teacher.
Good, excellent. So big anhyzers, letting it pan out,
Yeah.
and then finally coming back. That's maximum distance. You're talking over 600 feet with a very large rim disc, and here we are 20-some years later, and they've extended that to 800 feet. Do you
Right.
see the distance getting any further than what we're at right now?
For the most part, I mean, it was 625 feet,
Okay.
and it was at the the U.S. Open. And when we were doing these was from start. There's prelims, there's semifinals, there's the finals, and now we're trying to push the limits, the envelope, and there's events that will take the distance field up to elevation, and we've seen some 800-foot throws.
Okay.
And for the most part, your point is yes. I mean, the discs are going to continue to evolve to the point where I do see a world record happening in the next, our new world record happening in the next 2 years.
Do you think someone like a David Wiggins or an Avery Jenkins, or maybe somebody from the Swedish team? I guess it's wide open, huh? Anyone that just gets out there and really puts their mind to it, the technology is going to be there to support it, huh?
Absolutely. Wiggins is a very good point. Girthy.
Yep, double G.
And they all have started from an early age. I mean, Avery being,
Sure. A Frisbee family, of course. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the whole family is here at the Japan Open, which is a wonderful thing.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about the Japan Open. It is an unbelievable experience, but tell us why you're involved with it and why other people should come here.
Well, I've been essentially when I was practicing at the U.S. Open, I met many different people, and I met the Japanese team. One other distance force was Hiro Oshima, and he was a distance powerhouse.
Okay.
And they would bring their teams over, and we would compete against them, and I had them over to my house to eat Mom's stroganoff.
Sure, yum.
And they would, they became my friends, and explained to me that when I was done with university, it was time to go over and work in Japan for
Okay.
Hiro. So that's how it started for me.
Okay.
I worked with Hiro Disc. We did disc promotions, flying disc demonstrations, disc golf demonstrations all across Japan. I worked for them for 7 years.
Okay.
And we started, before that, we started cultivating and promoting the Japan Open Disc Golf event. Started in 1987 with 4 or 5 internationals, and now we've broken an all-time international competitor participation of 98 international competitors for the Japan Open, which is amazing.
That's right. And just coming here, we just arrived a little while ago, and the hospitality and the food and the lodging and the course. I mean, there are 5 or 6 individual reasons alone that you could come to this event and have a good time. It's not even just one thing. So for everything that you do, for everything that Hiro and Innova and everyone else, the Pure Cottages here, I thank you so much. It was a no-brainer for me to be able to come back this year when presented the opportunity. So with that being said, you'd be silly not to be out here to come out to the Japan Open. I'm the disc golf guy, and thank you again, Sam. We appreciate it. We'll catch you guys with the next video update coming up shortly. Thank you.